All right, let's get right into it. We're looking at a huge new bridge that connects South Africa and Lesotho. But this is so much more than a story about concrete and steel. Honestly, it's about water, it's about diplomacy, and it's about a 40-year partnership that's sending a massive signal to the rest of the world.
First things first, let's just put the number out there because it's a big one. 2.4 billion rand. That's a staggering figure, right? It immediately makes you ask, well, it makes you ask a lot of questions.
So that's the price tag for the brand new Senqu Bridge, this incredible structure that was just opened up in the highlands of Lesotho.
But what does a number like that, what does R2.4 billion actually buy you? I mean, is it just a fancy way to get from one side of a valley to the other? Well, as we're about to find out, it buys a whole lot more. It buys things like water security, energy independence, and maybe, most importantly, international credibility.
Okay, so let's start with the bridge itself. You had leaders from both countries coming together to celebrate what is, let's be honest, an incredible feat of engineering.
And when you look at the specifics, it's really fascinating. This isn't just some regular old bridge. It's 825 meters long, and it's the very first of its kind in Lesotho. It's called an extra-dosed bridge. But its purpose is what's so critical. It's replacing a road that's literally going to be underwater soon. So this bridge makes sure that local communities aren't completely cut off when the new Polyholly Reservoir starts to fill up.
And beyond the structure, you have to think about the immediate human impact. The project created 250,000 person-days of employment. At its peak, there were around 1,200 people working on this thing, and most of them were from Lesotho. So it wasn't just built in the community, it was very much built by the community.
But here's where we need to kind of zoom out. Because the bridge, as amazing as it is really just the beginning. It's not a standalone project at all. It's the first and, probably the most visible piece of an absolutely massive water system called the Lesotho Highlands Water Project.
So the whole thing follows this really logical, critical sequence. First, you build the bridge. You got to keep people connected. Then comes the Polyholly Dam, which is just enormous, 165 meters high, and that creates the new reservoir. And then finally, you've got a 38-kilometer tunnel that moves all of that water over to an existing reservoir where it's ready to be sent on its way to South Africa.
And here is the real payoff for South Africa. The project is going to boost its annual water supply from 780 million cubic meters all the way up to almost 1.3 billion. That is a gigantic leap forward for the country's water security.
And where does all that precious water go? It flows directly into the Vaal River system. And if you know South Africa, you know the Vaal is the absolute lifeblood for Gauteng, the country's industrial and financial heartland. So this isn't just water we're talking about. It's basically fuel for the entire region's economy.
But none of this incredible engineering, none of the dams or tunnels or bridges would even be possible without a solid foundation of trust and diplomacy. And that foundation is a pretty remarkable 40-year-old treaty between these two nations.
Just stop and think about that for a second. This agreement was signed way back in 1986. The fact that it has not only survived but is now thriving, entering this major new phase 40 decades later, that is a powerful, powerful testament to the strength of this partnership. So what's the deal? What does each country actually get out of it? Well, it's a truly symbiotic relationship. For South Africa, it's all about that long-term water security for its economic engine. And in return, Lesotho gets a steady stream of revenue from selling the water. It gets the ability to generate its own hydropower for energy independence, and of course, massive infrastructure projects and jobs. It really is a true win-win.
So at the end of the day, the impact of this thing goes way, way beyond a single bridge or a single dam. While it might feel like a local story, the success of this project is actually sending a really clear message to the rest of the world. And this project really does serve as a powerful model. I mean, it shows how two countries, even with very different economic resources, can build a partnership based on a formal treaty that delivers real, measurable benefits, not just for today, but for generations to come.
So what exactly is this model signaling? Well, for one, it signals credibility. It shows the ability to handle huge, complex, long-term projects. It proves the whole region is ready for major investment. It's a fantastic example of African-led problem-solving. And it shows that strong regional partnerships can absolutely endure, even when global politics get messy.
So the ultimate message behind this 2.4 billion rand bridge is actually pretty simple and direct. It's basically a giant concrete and steel announcement to credit agencies, to multilateral lenders, and to foreign investors all over the world that the Southern African Development Corridor is absolutely open for business. The question now is, who's going to answer the call?